Good morning, everyone. I'm Christi, and we are waiting right now to hear from Prime Minister Netanyahu about this deal. We have not yet heard from him formally in front of the camera, so it'll be interesting to see what he has to say, but he is none too pleased, Victor.
Yeah, he has been very critical of the idea of this deal, and after it was signed in the middle of the night, we're going to hear some of those comments. I'm Victor Blackwell, 6 o'clock here this New Day Sunday. The breaking news this morning: overnight, the U.S. and fellow world powers clinched an historic deal with Iran after marathon talks. And again, we're standing by for a live react. Secretary Kerry will join Candy Crowley this morning at 9 o'clock. So, of course, you want to keep it here for State of the Union. Okay, we do want to move to Iran right now, where the country's president, you kind of hear there seems to be contradicting Secretary Kerry. Yeah, CNN's Reza Sayah is live. Is expected to have a conversation with the Prime Minister. Now, we'll find out if that conversation actually happens before Benjamin Netanyahu comes out and speaks. Maybe strategically, the president want to ease those concerns before the Prime Minister makes these public remarks, but maybe that'll happen a little later as well. We did know that he is expected to speak with him at some point today. Whether that is right now or later, we don't know. But as soon as we get it, we'll obviously let you know. Of course. We also know that White House officials have been contacting members of Congress because we know Republicans are blasting President Obama over the interim nuclear deal with Iran. In a statement, this is from Florida Senator Marco Rubio. He says, by allowing on the breaking news here, this historic agreement over Iran, but still to come on New Day, a deadly winter storm sweeping a... 17 minutes after the hour now, across the country, people are gearing up for more snow as that now deadly winter storm is moving east. Yeah, we know at least. Come on New Day, the Olympic torch takes a dive as it travels. President Obama will have a conversation with the Prime Minister sometime today. No mention of that conversation, although Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just said that the country of Israel, the state of Israel, has many allies and friends, but when they are wrong, it's his right to stand up and say so. One thing stood out to me that I read. A member of the Knesset, which is the legislative body in Israel, he said, Israel has no one to trust but God and ourselves. So going a step beyond what we just heard from the Prime Minister. But of course, we'll stay with the breaking news. And as we get reaction from around the world and here domestically from members of Congress and any update from the White House, we will bring that to you as well. All righty. Also, another story that we're looking at today, for the very first time in history, the public is getting a look at what's believed to be the bones of St. Peter. It's an early Sunday morning for you, but it's half past the hour already. Welcome back. I'm Christi Paul. We're on our way into the day. I'm Victor Blackwell. Now, let's get to 5 things you need to know for your new day. Yeah, number 1, of course, the bones of the world's first pope are unveiled to the public, and this is happening for the first time ever. Why the Vatican took so long. Hey, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. End of its year of faith. CNN's Ben Wiedemann joining us now from Rome. So, Ben, I think a lot of people are looking at this and saying, well, if they found them in the 40s, why did they wait so long to unveil?
Well, it's not altogether clear why.
The titles of St. Peter, but talk about the relevance and the importance to Catholics, that these would now be available for public view.
Well, he is a critical figure in the history of the church.
Ben.
Still to come, a city of stories hiding in plain sight. From special bomb squads to arrests. Morning, but we've got a busy week ahead, as everybody else out there does, right? So let's get us up to date on the calendar. First of all, on Monday, a report on the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting is going to be released to the public, hopefully providing us a summary of the almost year-long investigation into that mass shooting. And then let's move on to Tuesday. Get ready to be patient if you're traveling. Okay, there we go. CNN, set your DVRs. Anderson Cooper is hosting the annual Heroes Show at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this year's winner is Chad Pogracki, who dedicated his life to cleaning up U.S. waterways. And the All-Star Tribute is going to be full of special guests, musical performances by Daughtry and Sarah Bareilles. So you're going to want to check that out on Sunday as you kind of wind down from the week. Victor? So, Christi, you're Richard Quest. I know, he does that so well. All righty, still to come. Did all the hype, all the... Hey, we're glad you're starting your morning with us here at CNN. Yeah, we've got so much more ahead on New Day Saturday, which continues right now. Actually, it is Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
You know, when you have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning,
it still feels like last night sometimes, yes.
So when you get up tomorrow morning and you think, oh my gosh, it's Monday. No, it's Sunday. What day is it?
Yeah.
Be with me, people. Thank you. And thank you for the, the love there. We are so glad to have you with us, though. I'm Christi Paul.
I'm Victor Blackwell. It's 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. This is New Day. Sunday. Hey, if you're just waking up, a lot happened while you were asleep. In the U.S. and other world powers, they have approved a landmark agreement with Iran, curbing its nuclear program.
It's the first of its kind in a decade.
Still to come on New Day, a deadly winter storm pushing it.
My motto, you better shop around.
All right, coming up on a quarter after the hour, at least 2 deaths are blamed on that deadly winter storm. It's sweeping across the U.S. Now, in Texas, a lot of people are waiting. Breaking news this morning, and overnight, Iran agreed. The historic deal with Iran temporarily freezes much of Iran's nuclear program. Iran must allow what's called intrusive monitoring, and in return, it gets some relief, just some relief from the sanctions.
Yeah, but despite blistering criticism from some Republicans in Congress, President Obama insists this interim arrangement is a good thing.
Joining us now is Ramin Asghar, a former U.S. diplomat and an expert on Iran. Ramin, it's good to have you with us. Talk to us. We talked about what this means for the U.S. with Jim Sciutto in Geneva. Talk about what this now means, the win for Iran.
Thank you very much. For the new administration of President...
enrich uranium? I mean, can they make a bomb?
Well, they can enrich uranium under this interim agreement at 5%.
This very show, the excitement for some, but the potential of a handshake between the two presidents at the UN General Assembly, and then the news of the phone call was huge breaking news. Now, what has changed in Iran over the last year that would, one, lead to the election of this conciliatory president, and now this groundbreaking deal?
Well, really, possibly engage on however they could deal with it.
You know, we keep talking about the fact that this is phase 1. This is a 6-month evolutionary deal, and we're going to have to reassess in 6 months. Based on what you know of this new president as well, where do you foresee Iran to be 6 months from now with this?
Well, that's a very good point. I mean, this
unpacking the diplomacy of all this, former State Department official and expert in Iran, or on Iran. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still to come, retailers are trying hard to compete for you. All right, we're still less than a week away, but Black Friday mania, it's already here. This Friday, the busiest shopping day of the year in the U.S., the million or billion-dollar question, where are you going to go?
Alexandra Field is live at Herald Square in New York with more. Hey, Alexandra.
Hey, Victor, look, whether you're a brick and...
Alexandra Field, happy shopping at Herald Square there in New York. Thank you. We're going to see you back here at the top. All right, grab your coffee or something warm because it is cold out there. Good morning, everyone. I'm Christi Paul. 8 o'clock is the time.
It's a little cold in here, too.
I know it is.
I'm Victor Blackwell. This is New Day Sunday. Breaking overnight, the U.S. and fellow world powers greenlight an historic deal with Iran to keep it from developing a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, after marathon negotiations, Iran has agreed to temporarily freeze key parts of its nuclear program. Now, we know... Coming
up at the top of the hour, Secretary of State John Kerry will join Candy Crowley. That's at 9 o'clock this morning, so keep it here for State of the Union. Yeah, since we're talking about Israel, you know, people there are reacting as well, not just the Prime Minister, reacting to this news of this Iranian... Okay, now at 8:30, I want to let you know you're going to hear more from Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, as to why he says this deal is such a historic mistake. Yeah, just a moment ago, Jim talked about the varied opinions here in the U.S. Back here at home, very strong reaction from Washington, Republican reaction to the nuclear deal with Iran have been fast and furious.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yes. In a statement, Florida Senator Mark
Kerry joins Candy Crowley again at the top of the hour to talk about the new nuclear deal with Iran. That's about 50 minutes from now on CNN's State of the Union at 9 Eastern.
Yeah, so let's talk with Candy, shall we?
Kerry will join Candy at the top of the hour. Keep it here for State of the Union coming up in about 50 minutes.
And still to come on New Day, we're going to take you live to the streets of Tehran.
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
So want to talk a little bit more about this new deal with Iran that puts temporary limits on its nuclear program while a long-term solution is ironed out. Again, phase one.
Yeah.
Zasaya is live from Tehran this morning, and I know you've been talking to Iranians there on the street of the capital. You got them right there next to you. What is their take on this, Reza?
To say on the streets of Tehran, getting us answers beyond the president, beyond the foreign minister. Reza, thank you. Heading to the airport, a lot of people are doing it or planning a drive for Thanksgiving. Beware, because a deadly winter, 22 minutes after the hour, and across the country, people are gearing up for more snow and more sleet and freezing rain as a deadly winter storm moves east.
I'm just going to stay inside and cook for Thanksgiving. And then go to a friend's house so I don't have to go too far.
I'm going to be out in it.
But, I mean, it's just, you are going to be out in it? Yeah. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah, well.
Of course, Thanksgiving's just days away. And, look, these are some pretty treacherous conditions that we're hearing about that could affect millions of you.
Leaders, the big story this morning, may have an interim agreement that could prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, but critics are already calling it a mistake.
I hope Sunday morning has been good to you so far. Bottom of the hour right now. Welcome back. I'm Christi Paul.
I'm Victor Blackwell. Good to be with you. Here are 5 things you need to know for your new day. Up first, today, the bones of the world's first pope are unveiled to the public today. 16 minutes to the top of the hour in this morning's Faces of Faith, an historic first for the Catholic Church. The Vatican this morning, for more. Ben, okay, so they were found 70 years ago. Why did the church wait so long to display the relics?
Well, now that we're at the end of this...
Ben Wiedemann in Rome, we appreciate it so much. Thank you. Our Belief blog, by the way, CNN.com/Belief, has a lot of stories of faith.
Black Friday, I'm ready. This year I'm getting more in the crock pot. I'm telling you, I'm going to get it.
You only got a crock pot?
I went for a TV and it was gone and I had to buy something. It's a crock pot. It was $9. All right, well, it's starting to feel a lot longer than just
Christmas.
I love this song.
I do too. I do too, and it's already in the malls, which leads into our next segment, considering the fact that Black Friday is still the busiest shopping day of the year, but you know what? It's starting earlier this year than ever before.
Yeah, well, they got to start earlier because Thanksgiving's so late. They want to get it in. They're getting it in. Sales are starting already this week. CNN's Alexandra Field has more.
Oh, my gosh.
That sounds nice. Alexandra Field, live at Herald Square in New York. All right, so what is driving all these sales? So early, in fact.
Okay, well, right. Well, this is a short...
All right. Alexandra Field at Herald Square. Have you seen any really good deals, though? I mean, I'm really good deals. It's got to be 50 to 60%.
Oh, yeah. They're out there.
Alexandra, have you seen them?
Right, 50 to 60%. That sounds pretty good to me. I've got to tell you, though, if the temperatures stay the way that they are in New York City right now, I will be somebody who will be looking for the online deals. I'll be with the Cyber Monday group. But, you know, hey, if you look, they're out there and they're being widely advertised this week, particularly by the big box stores who want to make sure that they're attracting those shoppers, you know, before Black Friday even.
All righty. Well, good luck with it out there.
Hey, still to come on New Day,
out there, take care of yourselves, because that is never good to try to drive in.
No, and there are a lot of people who are going to be traveling, more than 40 people, more than 40 people, yes. 40 million people expected to travel for Thanksgiving.
Karen McGinn, memories today, and thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
State of the Union with Candy Crowley starts right now.